To celebrate Charles Darwin's 200th birthday, Network for New Music and the American Philosophical Society collaborated on a unique concert. Network asked composers to respond to the artifacts and information exhibited at the American Philosophical Society's museum in Philadelphia. Renowned composer Maurice Wright created Darwiniana, a chamber music piece that used multimedia to relate his impressions of Darwin's work.
Darwiniana is for 8 instruments, mixed chamber ensemble, oboe, string quintet, actually a quartet plus double bass, keyboard, percussion, and then also visual music, which are pieces that will appear before each movement of the instrumental music. The visual music is something kind of new. I've been interested in it since around the mid-90s. In fact, Network was the first group to commission a visual music piece for me. And the idea for Darwin is to take some of the images that I associate with his life and treat them musically, which is to say not in a documentary way or not to provide a story with a narration that explains that this happened and that happened and the other thing happened, but just simply to look at images the way I, as a composer, think of the themes of his life, which is to say not very linear, but somehow capturing the tone or the emotion or the other connections that you make with an idea or an object. So Darwin undertakes a study of all living and all fossil barnacles. He spends 8 years of his life working on barnacles. So my favorite quote of all of the books is when he says he hates a barnacle like no man has hated anything before. And so the idea of this great man haunted by barnacles is another important scene in the visuals. They take over his dining table and eventually he falls into the water after them and is drawn down like the siren call of the barnacle or something.
Wright also incorporated multimedia in the instrumental sections of his piece.
As the instrumental music plays, the 3 extended movements, I'm also projecting images from Darwin's writings on the screen above the performers. So the barnacle quote will appear above the xylophone solo, which in my mind is the sound of the barnacles.
Multimedia pieces can be challenging to compose and to perform, but to Wright, it's worth the effort.
These performers are great performers. I've written what has to be a really difficult violin part for Hirono Oka, one of my favorite violinists. I had a great time working. It was so much fun. I felt like I've lived with this character, which I've always admired.